Let's do some quick tips with Trish. This message that is going to come out is going to be a message that I share tips with you on how to acquire, how to work through it, or, you know, maybe just sharing my experience, strength, and hope on what I feel about this card. You know, if I don't have experience, strength, and hope in it, I'm not going to share it. And the card is spiritual understanding. Okay. It says, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. So, this card is so deep. I have learned so many different spiritual truths than I can even imagine. Okay, there has been times where I've connected with things that I didn't believe was possible. One of those truths is that there is multiple realities, multi dimensions. There is more than one heaven, and our heaven is what we believe it to be. There is infinite possibilities, and we are capable of tapping into any of those possibilities at any given time. There is unlimited amount, infinity amount of timelines that are possible for us. The more that we lose dense energies, like trauma, energies of people that may be holding us back, people, places, things, and situations that are heavy and dark and just keep us from that in which we desire. Things like angels are real and we are capable of communicating with us or with them. They also don't really communicate with us until we start asking for their help. If we are asking for their guidance on some sort of decision that we're making, they're going to help us. They don't intervene in our free will choices. That's another thing that I've learned. I've learned that angels also have many different aspects of themselves just as well as we do. So when I first started connecting with them, I would see them in their 1 and 2 dimensional shapes. So like in the 1 dimensional, it was just a flat circle or a dot or a spark of light. Usually it was different colored lights for different angels that I was engaging with. And I found out that the more that I learned about these angels, the more that I would see different dimensions of them. So like the 2nd dimension would be a geometric shape. Every one of the angels, including human beings or every soul, has a geometric shape to it. And the more that you evolve through these dimensions, the more that you become more in your physicality or in what people would think of as being like your 3D or 4D image. But that goes so much deeper than that, okay? I have realized and had truths about God and what God is or isn't. I've learned that God is an energy of love in all of its forms. From the highest, purest love all the way to the energy of dislike or maybe even hate. And I know where some of you guys are going to be like, there's no friggin' way. God is always of love and light. Yes, the energy of God is of love and light, but the energy that God presents to us so that we can learn the lessons that we need to learn is of darkness. It's of doom and gloom. It is of anxiety and things of that sort. The only way, 3, 4, 5, that we can learn the lessons that we learn is to go through some of the hardships that we go through. And yes, the energy of love allows that to happen so that we can experience what we need to experience. Speaking of what we need to experience. So the lessons that we learned are lessons that we picked before we were born. This is something that I've learned during meditation, connecting with other beings of higher consciousness. And they have taught me that we all are the same, but we have different lessons. We choose before we come here what lessons we want to learn. And I'm even hearing as we speak, even the amount of incarnation cycles that we have. So, you know, what I've learned about that or what I think about that may even be a little bit different than what I'm hearing now. So that is a truth that I am coming to now. Now, how do I know that these truths are true? Okay, I have 1,000 million truths, spiritual truths that I could go through that I have learned, but I really don't have time for that. 444. But what I do know is that with each time I meditated, I learned more and more profound truths. I had these deep, awing moments where I just knew that I knew that I knew without a shadow of a doubt in my heart that there was no one, nothing that could tell me otherwise, 505, because of what I was experiencing. Energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of the above. Using all of the energetic bodies that we have, right? And when you just know that you know that you know that you know that you know, and you don't know how you know it, but you know it, that's God. That is an understanding that is beyond any physical way of understanding. It is a spiritual understanding. It is the at the core of you type of understanding. Another truth that I've learned is lucid dreaming, out of body travel, connecting with things like dragons, fairies, unicorns. They do exist. Gnomes. These are all things that exist in other realities. Some of these things actually exist in this reality as well. So what happens when you learn these truths, though, is it's not that you just get these knowings. You also have these times of doubting what you know. There may be people that come up to you and say, that's just crazy. I can't believe you made a video about that. Or, maybe somebody that you make a video about some of these truths that you make and or it comes up in some way, shape, or form, and somebody says, well, that's not what the Bible says. So you have to go through all of these judgments, all of these ridicules, all these times of insecurities, doubts, and fears. And it just keeps bringing you back to the truth, okay? The truth that you already knew, because you had this discernment of spirit that just lets you know that without a shadow of doubt in your heart that you're accurate about what you're saying. I believe everybody's truth. That's another truth that I've learned, that everybody's truth can change at any time. And just because my truth has changed doesn't mean that my past truth is inaccurate or the truth for somebody else is inaccurate, because where you're at in your journey, at the frequency in which you vibrate, your truth is going to be true for you. It doesn't have to be true for everybody else, but it doesn't make everybody else's truth false, which is how we learn. Another truth that I've learned, this is how we learn to be more Christ-like and not judge others and have compassion for where they're at in their journey. And knowing that they too can learn the truths that you've learned through prayer, intention, meditation. And one of the biggest truths that I found is meditation connects us the deepest with God. The I am presence, the God spark within, with all of those things that goes along with that, the ascended masters, the angels, the other beings of higher states of consciousness, higher states of awareness, these multidimensional beings that are just highly evolved. When we learn that, all of that is just here in the heart space where oneness exists, where 0 point energy lies. Which takes me to another truth. 0 point energy is that energy of space. It is the part of you when so deeply connected with Source God that you feel like you are the universe and the universe is you. That you are God and God is you. That you are all, everything. That you are just this big, vast space, but yet you're spaceless. I've also learned a truth that blessings and prayers being answered happens through just having faith in the intangible, not fearing what it's going to take to get there or how you're going to get it or whatever it may be, but having faith that something that you can't see yet, unless you're in meditation and you're getting to those higher states of awareness and you start connecting with things in the ethers and, start being able to perceive with the physical eye, those things are actually all around you at all times, all those other dimensions. All of these are truths that I've learned that you can learn through meditation. Einstein, Elon Musk. I could name all of these inventors and all of these people that had profound knowings or had some sort of profound experience through meditation or deep connection where they were taught how to invent things, taught how to find things, You know, all of these things. And you can be that way too through meditation. Getting deeper connected with your truths. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Another truth is that signs are being given to us all day long. They're right in front of our face. We look beyond them and miss the message a lot of times. Another truth is that there is a correlation with numbers, music, and angels. Angels will speak to us through music lyrics, through rhymes and rhythms, through music, especially like symphony type of music or orchestra, through nature sounds. Boy, I feel like I could just keep going on and on and on, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave this right here. Let me know in the comments, what spiritual understandings have you came to? What truths have you gained in your spiritual journey? Much love to you. Bye.